Fantastic.
We're live.
So excited to be here with
It's
everyone.
live.
We're live.
Yep.
No way.
Oh my goodness. It says sign in to chat.
Oh my god. That's so crazy.
Yes. Sign in to chat.
Oh, there it is.
Uh-oh. All messages you send will appear publicly. New timeout lengths. You can put people in timeout for different lengths. Got it. Don't be a douche. I won't put you in a timeout.
Sweet.
Sweet. I got us up. We're running, man.
Put me in fucking timeout.
Whoa. Language, sir.
All right. I got the link. Oh, sorry. Fuck.
I
What?
say that, but I'm probably the biggest offender. Oh my. Dude, so this journey is just taking us on all kinds of different crazy places.
Right.
I mean, think about it this way. We've got 8 episodes that we've recorded. What are we? We're on 4 right now, right? We've got 4 that are released. I think that's right. Yeah, we got 4 that are released.
No, 5.
5, that's right. We did the and then. Yeah, 5.
Yes, we just did the and then.
And then we also went live once for the first episode. The very first one was live.
We did. Our very first show was live.
Yeah, and so here we are. It's been more than a month since our first episode. So here we are. We are in the
And YouTube has not kicked us off yet.
No. More importantly, we haven't gotten any cease and desist from anyone.
Which I think is, that's positive.
We may not have jobs next summer, but
I'm hoping. I'm hoping that we do, not that we don't, because I'll be bored all summer.
no, because then we'll just meet up there at the opening ceremony and just heckle the hell out of whoever's part of the gate.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, yeah, we know.
We'll make faces at
all those people.
Lord Sheriff as he's
Anyway.
standing there. It'd be the most dangerous thing in the world.
Oh yeah, that won't be disturbing at all.
Yeah, no.
That won't be disturbing.
Yep, and then we'll have to have Sky will have to make that mankini out of the chainmail for us because that'll be a thing.
Yeah, see, I think if they invite us back, I probably wouldn't do the mankini.
No, that's what
but
I'm
if
saying.
they don't,
like we'll hold them hostage with that. Like either you let us come back, or
Yeah.
you're going to be prepared to be assaulted by the mankini.
Yeah, I would hate for them just to pull my bluff, though. We wouldn't do it.
The thing about
Oh,
the
yeah.
thing about a threat is one must be willing and able to push forward with the threat. Yeah, skip frame, blah, 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 I don't care.
This is true. And I would begrudgingly do it.
No, you wouldn't. You would do it and happily do it, sir. You would be laughing the entire time. Maybe blushing a little bit.
Exactly. I would begrudgingly do it. Yeah.
Is that like a
yeah.
trudge?
There could be some. I would be trudging in my mankini.
That's awesome. Oh my goodness. So we're up on YouTube.
So horrible.
And we're up on Facebook. So
We are up on YouTube. I see that.
Yes, you can see it.
Yes.
You see the screen.
Things have been posted on the Book of Faith.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got YouTube pulled up over here on my side.
Perfect. I got YouTube up as well. I've also got the chat going.
Let me see your messenger.
Let's see. I don't see anybody joined in just yet.
There we go. Now I make myself comfortable.
Oh yeah.
I've done some work.
And hey, you know what? They can
Hey.
see us now. Hello, friends.
Who?
Wow.
Hello, friends.
Welcome to the Holiday Spectacular. This is the December live edition. I am Rob.
I'm Keith.
And we're the Renaissance Rascals, and we thank you for joining us. It is going to be a very interesting time today because we really didn't prepare anything. And
No, absolutely not.
and to make things
I don't know what that
worse,
says about us, but no, we
we're
didn't.
in two different locations because Colorado weather, especially down here in the springs, has gotten really bad. The roads are kind of freezing over, so for my partner's safety, I wanted him not to travel on our shit roads.
Yeah, no, it was about halfway through the day. I was like, I think I can make it, and then it was about 2:00. I went, I'm not gonna make it.
No, I was watching it, and then I was paying attention to the weather forecast, and I was like, dude, this is gonna freeze over by about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock once that sun goes down. And I was like,
Yeah,
I don't think he's.
I wasn't so much worried about the drive. Yeah, I wasn't so much worried about the drive down. It was the drive home that was gonna would be a little bit spicy. So I went, yeah.
Right, and that's the
That's
main
okay.
thing is that we try to do things. Everything that we do is safety minded, including when we go walking about. And Keith and I were actually just talking about this not long ago, about how it's neat how when I got dragged into the little when I got adopted by the Lord Baron.
That's pretty much what happened.
Yeah. It was poor, lonely, lost newbie cast member, and I had no idea what to do. I've talked about this a few times on previous episodes, but I will forever be grateful for Keith grabbing me basically by the scruff and going, "Come on, kid, you're with us," and walking with him and learning all the things that I need to know. For example, you always need to have your route, and it should bring you to water. And what was the other thing we were talking
about? Water and shade.
Yes. And the breeze, because there's that one spot that you told me about, but it's a secret, so shh.
Yeah, that is a trade secret. So,
Yes.
if anyone wants to know that spot, catch me at the fair, and maybe I'll show you.
Or catch us at the spot, and maybe we'll let you know that that's the spot. Or we won't.
Or maybe not.
But we've got some big
Or
things planned
we
for
might.
2024, right?
But yeah, I was gonna say, if you bring a Scotch eggs, that could help figuring out where the spot is.
Ooh, speaking of Scotch eggs, we've got a special episode coming up where someone is going to come and visit us, and they are going to teach us the secrets of the egg.
The Scotch egg.
Which is crazy because Keith and I are actually going to have Scotch eggs, and it ain't even summertime.
I know, dude. I am so you can't measure the level of excitement I'm having right now.
Well, I can because I'm like containing it myself. I'm like, oh my god.
I thought it was gonna be like June before I got another Scotch egg, but it's gonna be here very soon, and I'm so happy about that.
Yes, and actually, we're the special guests that are going to be joining us are actually chefs from the Renaissance Festival. So they're going to teach us how to make them, and it's going to be kind of neat because we might be able to figure out a way to make them gluten-free. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that they're going to be available at the festival, but we can share that with you. That way you can enjoy the gloriousness of a Scotch egg at your very own home.
Yeah, and I will take all your extra glutens.
Yes, yes. Wait, what?
I'm just saying, if you make one Scotch egg gluten free, you have leftover glutens that you can put on mine.
Oh, okay, okay. No, no, no. It's you don't take one out of another, and that's not how that works.
It is in my world. Stop stepping on my dreams.
Well, your dreams are dumb.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I do want to point out that it's kind of neat to me that so we've been doing this for a while, and as episodes go up, people are very very surprised at the chemistry that the two of us have, and I mean it's shocking when you really think about. I've only met you like June, dude. You still there?
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. It was what the was it the first or
It was the
was it the
first.
first? Yeah, first
It
weekend,
was the
wasn't it?
first weekend. Yep.
Yeah.
But that journey has taken us on from CRF down to Santa Fe, and a few get-togethers at my place,
It has. Yeah, right.
and continuing,
Yeah, no,
continue. It's
we're
gonna
we're
be
we're
great.
planning. Oh yeah, it's. I mean, we got like I told you the other day. There's really only 6 more months until fair starts, so
And
it's going to be here before we all know it.
and for the audience, only 4 more months until auditions.
Oh, the auditions!
Yes.
How I love the audition.
I wonder if they'd let us go up there and sit in the auditions.
I don't know. We would have to ask a certain someone, and I'm sure there may be begging and groveling involved.
I mean, if we don't have a speaking part, we just want to be part of the background, just so that we can be like, hey,
Dude, I think we're incapable of just being part of the background.
I think you may be onto something there.
we're going to be in the hallway, okay? We're not in the room.
We might be pushed outside.
I mean, that's a bigger stage, so,
I mean, the king might get upset if he's there again.
I don't think he would get upset. I think he would get confused and bewildered, but not upset.
What's going on here? Why are you two here? Oh, we just missed you.
What is wrong with these guys?
Nothing. We missed you.
I mean, it may be a Renaissance Rascal crashing the auditions.
Didn't we want jobs though?
Yeah, see, that's where I'm having a tough time with this because now it seems like a really good idea, but you brought that up, and now it doesn't seem like such a good idea.
I mean,
maybe we just stand up.
In the very, very, very far depths of my mind, it's like, that's not a good idea. But the rest of me is like, do it now. It'll be funny.
Do it. Yeah, maybe we should just throw that idea out to see
I think we should. Maybe we should ask somebody before we just show up.
That would probably be best.
And probably a very good idea.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Yes, we shall ask. Now, one of the things that I think I'm excited for is just being able to change the way that I do things just a little. Because I think that
that would probably be best.
Probably. Well, I'm saying, like, I don't really have an accent. I don't do an accent for my character. Because
No.
I don't have one that I'm comfortable doing.
Yeah, I mean, you could come up with one, but you don't want to do something that's, cheesy.
Culturally insensitive.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously you don't want to do the um,
Jerry Lewis
oh, what was
Asian
that?
voice. Yeah,
Yeah. That would be horrible, and you would be alone.
I would
Um,
not demean myself in that manner.
oh
it's just stupid.
no, but I think we could probably come up with something. Maybe if you speak a little bit slower. You know,
More deliberate. I know what you're talking about.
yeah, exactly. So come up with something like that.
Or
But
maybe
yeah, I definitely wouldn't try to be Jerry Lewis, and that's dumb.
yeah, the Jerry Lewis thing, the Uncle Roger thing. I couldn't do that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the stick that Uncle Roger does, and some of his stuff is very comical. Um, but it's not something that I
Yeah,
feel I could pull off consistently. And my time on the radio taught me if you can't do it every time the mic is on, don't do it.
yeah. Uncle Roger, I think is absolutely hilarious. Um, but he keeps it in his lane. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
right.
Like you you could look at him and go, he could probably talk like that.
Oh no,
If
I
you
know that he
didn't
doesn't.
know.
I know that he doesn't.
Yeah, I was going to say if you didn't know that he doesn't have an accent at all whatsoever, then you'd be like, oh, okay. I mean, but the way he does it is definitely not, you know, insensitive at all. He does it in a very humorous way, and I think that was the thing with the whole Jerry Lewis thing, is he was trying to be humorous, but it just
Fell flat.
it did for me. It doesn't play the same.
Well, I mean, time wise of when it was done, yeah, okay, it was acceptable at the time. Now
Right.
it's not acceptable, um, and I think that the problem that I would have is inevitably I would say something, and then somebody would respond back. I mean, dude, I was gobsmacked with the Confucius statement.
Yeah, that was pretty insensitive.
That was on the line. I mean, I would say that it didn't cross any lines with me, but it was on the line. Like, holy crap, dude! Like, thanks for trying, but what do I even say to that? How do I play after that?
You can't.
No, everything that came to my mind was immediately. I was on the defensive, so you know, being a veteran, when you put us on the offensive, that translates into dude attack.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I didn't want to. First off, it was my first foray in on a cast. I didn't want to ruin my chances to go back, and I mean that's something that's wonderful to me that I cherish, and I don't want to put that in jeopardy.
Yeah, right.
Now, with that said, we do say some things on here that sometimes we question it, but I'm pretty sure that the Duke would not really think that we are pushing over lines. I think he would just like, you guys are dumb.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, as we all have opinions, on certain things,
Sure.
um, and that's one of the things that we really try to get out is, yeah, I have opinions on, like the mushroom people. I don't get the mushroom people. Not that I have anything against. I just don't understand it.
Right.
Um, I would love to put out an invitation for someone who has played a mushroom person character to call in, join us, give me the info, and maybe I'll understand it more. Because for me, I don't know how to interact with them because I don't get it. So if you're a mushroom person, let us know.
Right. Put it out there in the chat. Maybe you can correct
Yeah, for sure.
Pete's
Give me the
thought process.
backstory of what the whole thing is.
I think that they're secretly invading from Super Mario Land.
Dude, okay, so over the last couple of years of the fair, the mushroom people population has grown exponentially.
right? I've noticed that as a cast member this year, and then previously as a patron. The first time I saw it, I thought it was pretty cool, and then next thing I know, it's like, oh look, they all are mushroom people. And then my daughter, the tiny violinist, goes, "I want to be a mushroom too." I'm like, why?
Why? Yeah, no. It's yeah. I mean, I remember like 5 years ago there wasn't, there you would see one or two here and there,
Right.
but now they're like traveling in packs.
Well, yeah,
They're packed mushroom.
that's what happens to fungus. It multiplies. It's like mold.
See, but why?
Because somebody put water on it. I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't get it. But
Although some of them, their garb, their costumes are freaking amazing.
oh yeah, like I love the costumes. I mean,
Yeah,
I've seen some where I could just tell they put hours and hours into these costumes, but I don't understand why they're in the fair. Like I don't get what the whole thing is. Like, so like I said, I would love for someone to leave us comments, come on the show. I would do an episode with Mushroom People just to get it out, because I know there's a lot of people that don't get the Mushroom People either. So maybe it'd be a good teaching show.
I think so. I mean, it's. I also think that while Colorado Renaissance is more historically adjacent, and it does not play into the high fantasy of the fanfare, if you will. Um, I think that it would
Right,
be
right.
awesome to see people like there was that guy that came in and he was a freaking centaur, you know, half man, half
Yeah.
horse. That was cool. But
Yep.
you don't see it there. There's not a specific place at CRF for high fantasy, like like fairies. Like there's not a lot of them. Unlike like Santa Fe,
No, no.
Santa Fe we've got the fairy village, um,
Yeah.
and in other places they have entirely built days around those things, and the people that are part of that cast section are a little bit more put forward, kind of like what we do with pirates, or the love and romance weekends and stuff like that. But these people,
Yep.
these other festivals, it's like, oh, this is the fairy kingdom's day, and then all of the fairy folk are like pushed forward,
Yeah.
which I think would be awesome if we had um, some people that would talk about like, well, where are you getting inspiration for your fairies, or your mushroom people, or your centaurs, or your satyrs, or whatever it is? Where are you pulling your inspiration? I mean, I saw what was that dude um, from a cartoon? It's Adventure Time. I saw a Finn walking around. I saw a Shrek.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool to me. There are folks that really make a living doing cosplay, and I know I'm gonna catch heat for this, but
Hey,
we're
I've already caught enough. Your turn.
we're cosplayers as cast members. We are dressing up as characters of our own creation, for the most part. There's we used to have a Jack Sparrow. We don't have a Jack Sparrow
Yes.
anymore. We do have a Link that is on our cast, from Legend of Zelda. So,
Who's super, super cool.
dude, he's awesome. Um,
One of my favorite humans.
yeah, well, he's not a human. He's an elf.
Oh, well, yeah.
Link is an elf. The actor is definitely a human.
Yes, and he's one of my favorites.
But it's neat to me because I think that as people start to take in the lessons, or the materials that we've presented so far, and they go into developing their characters, if they think about like, oh well, cool, I want to make a orc barbarian or whatever. I want to be Iron Bear. Oh my god. You know,
I was just gonna say, you read my mind.
it's scary.
We could do a whole show on how you became Iron Bear. I
Yeah,
mean,
I.
for real.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, that dude as a patron was deep into his character, and I would love to
There's
talk
a
to him.
long backstory. There's a
Yes,
long backstory of Iron Bear. There has to be.
there. I mean, the guy says that he fears no iron arrows. I mean, the guy was on point, dude,
Oh, for sure.
and very cheaply bought. Sorry, Finn.
Yeah, yeah. Well, poor Fin Flam's got is in for some rough weekends this upcoming summer, but
Ooh.
that's a that's a different story.
No teasers, nothing there.
No, no, I'll just let him marinate on that one.
But
I
I.
got a plan for Finny and Flam.
Oh my goodness, that's so. It's terrifying because your devious little mind and the way that things will slowly come about just scares the crap out of
Oh,
me.
oh, yeah. Well, you're involved, so
I know that's why it scares me more than everybody else.
hey,
No,
misery
no,
loves company.
no, no, my lord, it was not me, your grace. That it was purely the Baron.
Yeah, yes, of course it was.
Mimi, bum bum bum. How's that bust there, bud? Oh hey, look, oh my goodness. I did want to talk about some of these.
Hey, I appreciate that.
I do want to talk about some of these comments that we've gotten on the videos in the past. I think that it merits being talked about. You know, on the Facebook side of things, we've had some really positive feedback as well as on YouTube. But I did want to take a couple of minutes where we just kind of talk about some of the comments that you and I have actually talked about that we actually like, which is all of them.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I like I said, we got into this whole thing, as a way to reach people and to kind of help them along in their character journeys. Whether it be run fairs or D&D.
Right.
That's your that's kind of your
That's my
nerd
word.
side, but
Yeah, that's my word. I got you.
that's your nerd thing.
Yeah,
Um,
it's okay.
but so yeah, so I mean, as we get comments and people going, oh, that was a great episode, or I really liked what you said about this. It's awesome for me to go. We reached that. We reached somebody. We were able to teach them something. So for me, just passing along all the knowledge that I've gotten over the years and giving it to somebody else, that's tops for me.
I I, I agree with you. So we're talking about. I've got some things in here. Someone had commented. I think some more context on who these characters are that you mentioned would be helpful for any non-cast people tuning in. So we do try to be a little bit more descriptive on each of the people that we discuss and what their role is as far as the Colorado Renaissance Festival. The cool thing is that in almost every single festival, you're going to run into a dignitary from a visiting nation or a visiting kingdom. At Colorado, we've got we've got a Prussian, we've got the Spaniard, we've got a couple of Italians, a German prince,
Yep.
and a German
Yep.
ambassador.
Yeah,
And we have quite a few different people, and so we'll try to be a little bit more descriptive. I do appreciate that one. That one goes out to at no to all of that. And that was about 6 days ago that they responded.
Yeah, a lot of it too is we are really trying not to use real names. I don't want to give out anyone's real name.
Without permission.
Um, without permission. So if that's maybe what he's going at, is like, who is this person? That's something that I'm not going to do. A couple people have said, yeah, well, you can give out our name. We don't care. And that's fine. So we will limit it to descriptors or their character name.
Right, or their character's position, because that makes a lot
Yeah.
more sense. In essence, that while you're developing your character, you can kind of keep in mind, like, oh yeah, there are these people from these countries. There is this person of this profession and whatnot. So, and that was actually in reference to episode 2, um, know yourself and knowing where you fit within the realm of things. And then here's where did that one comment go? Somebody posted something. They were, what kind of sadistic person just tries to make a court gown for fun?
So I don't disagree with that statement. I after the episode of costuming and what goes into making those things, I why would you do it for fun? Wow.
I mean,
Take up stamps. I mean, seriously, something
start collecting
like,
daggers.
right. You can't go wrong with a good collection of daggers.
Yes, knives, swords, what have you. Uh,
No, I totally get it though. I mean, if you want to make court gowns for fun, I mean, more power to you. I give you all the kudos in the world for
I
that.
don't have that ability. I don't know how to do
No,
that. So, I mean, my hat's genuinely off to the person that made that comment, because that's a skill that just takes time. And
yeah, yeah,
if you've ever
and
made
I
anything,
I generally, yeah, I'm generally not a maker of things. I just I that's
mayhem.
it's not my skill set.
You're a maker of mayhem.
I am a maker of mayhem,
Yes,
but
that's
I like to give ideas to other people, see what you can come up with. If you can make it, great. That's I'll pay you for your time, whatever. But
right.
yeah, I don't have that skill set in me to sit around and make things.
Well, see, and
Just
that's it's funny that you talk about that. Like you know, we are actually looking at commissioning a friend of mine who's very well known in nerddom of like the Legends of the Five Rings and some card games and whatnot. He's a very well known artist in that community. We're actually getting him to do a commission piece for us that's actually going to have Captain Yen Sheng, and Lord Robert Adelborn III featured in full picture. So we look forward to having that done for us, because then that's going to be part of our background scroll. And on top of that, who knows? Maybe we can make some
absolutely.
shirts or some crap, man.
Who would not want a Renaissance Rascal hoodie? I mean, I'm just saying.
I mean, I'm just saying, I'm gonna have a shirt or a hoodie made because I need something to wear when
Oh,
I'm not on in the lanes.
yeah.
But this same person that had made the comments about making a gown also commented during episode 2 about how bowing gets complicated, and we will have an episode where we talk about bowing and how it is supposed to be done in the Western fashion, because the Eastern fashion is a completely different nut roll, just because Yen Sheng hails from the Middle Kingdom. Um,
Yes.
and there's different ways that one bows to different stations according to that individual versus the person initiating the bow. For example, I as the captain of my ships, I would not bow to another captain. I would bow, but not as deeply as I would say for the emperor, that is when we would proselytize, and that's where we're actually getting down and we're down on the ground. That's one of the only times that you would ever see Yen Shang in the dirt.
Oh, of course.
You know, I, which would be a really fun thing to play out because you know if somehow I managed to get somebody dressed up as the Chinese emperor, the exchange that would happen between Yen Shang
Hey,
and
don't look at me.
would be crazy. No. We'll both die. And then Lord Robert would say, "Well, I guess today's a good day to die."
Today is a good day to die.
Oh my! But you know,
Yeah,
we do
I
appreciate
don't.
your guys' feedback. Go ahead, Keith. I'm sorry.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean the more you guys let us know what you like, give us ideas and topics of what you would like us to talk about. I mean, we're fairly open to anything, as long as it revolves around the world of acting, and that's really what we're trying to do is broaden horizons.
Not just yours, also ours.
Yes, yeah, well, yeah, absolutely, because like that the episode we did on costuming, man, that was I just sat there just trying to soak everything in, like, wow, okay, didn't know anything about that because like I said, once again, I just kind of purchased my costumes,
Right.
what's appropriate for me and my character, but is as you look as um the guest talked about, the different fabrics and what colors and this and that, and I was just like, I had no idea, man. My mind was blown.
And the beauty of that is Pandora actually has a formal education on the topic. Neither you or I has that education.
No, oh, not at all. No, not nearly the amount that she does.
No.
She yeah,
And it makes a lot of
and
sense
even
for
and
us to,
even Matt.
yeah, it makes a lot of sense for us to defer to people that have that knowledge versus trying to wing it and then all of a sudden we're getting called out because, like, dude, you guys don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, yeah, and I mean even on upcoming episodes that we have, we have people that I and obviously Rob, we look up to, as teachers and mentors that we're gonna go, hey, this is kind of your show,
Right.
um you know give us rain down the knowledge,
Yeah.
especially like the show we got coming up, the improv show,
Right.
different types of improv and all that. We're bringing in somebody who's teaches. He's a improv teacher, and so
He's the
what better
resident
person
cast
to
coach.
go to? Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and
I mean,
we've
someone
also
that
got
someone that I've learned a lot off of.
and then we've also got our good friend Chester, who's going to come in and he's going to talk about like different techniques for clowning and posing and the way that he has brought his character to life and why he does
Yeah,
those things.
and yeah, and that's the funny thing is because dude, we could have like a couple episodes on that guy. I
Oh,
mean, he's
absolutely.
he's been doing he's been doing it so long.
Now, the one that I think would be the one that I'd like to have a conversation with, just as the Rascals, is I want to get Lucinda to come and talk to our audience about the progression of where Lucinda started and why how she ended up where she's at.
Yeah, you have to hide your daughter, or she may eat the tiny violinist.
No. I'm pretty sure that Prince Otto figured out very quickly that that one is savage.
It's true.
I've taught my
I
daughter
did
very
as
well.
well. I did as well.
Yeah, she shot you.
She did. No, she didn't shoot me.
Oh,
But she yeah,
she
she
threatened.
straight out just yeah, flintlock to the dome.
That's yeah. No, she's been taught well.
She
And now Master Arlen is trying to soothe the wild child with the violin.
soothe the wild child with some mead.
Whoa! She's 10. You can't give the 10-year-old mead. She's got to be at least.
I didn't say I would. I didn't say I wouldn't either. But I'm just
At least 11. You know, I mean, she's got to be able to reach the counter first.
I'll give her a boost.
Hey, go fetch me a mead.
I'm a terrible influence.
Oh my goodness. Oh God. Oh, it hurts my head. But you know, speaking of her, we've also got to talk about all of the musicians that make CRF be so beautiful. Is it's the music. Everywhere you turn, there is music.
Yes, it's one of my. So when I first started going to CRF years and years and years ago, that is the one thing that really drew me in was the music. Being a musician myself, I thoroughly enjoy just walking. I do. Um, hey, you know, we stick with what we're good at.
Right.
But yeah, no, the music, man, that was one of the first things that drew me in was the musicians in the lanes, obviously the stage acts because you know they're fantastic, but you know, it was the people just kind of standing out in the middle playing a guitar or you know a violin or whatever they were playing. I was just like, wow, this is super cool.
Well, there's
You know, now here I am.
The hammered dulcimer too.
Oh, yeah, dude, I love that guy.
That guy's awesome. He's actually gotten pretty freaking good. Oh, somebody can barely
He's
hear me.
gaining.
Oh,
He is gaining popularity for sure.
yes, he is. How's that, friend? Can you hear me now?
Oh, I can hear you. I can hear you fine.
Somebody said they could barely hear me. Can
Oh,
you
really?
hear me?
Well,
Yeah, Rum Raisin says, baby, I can barely hear you. I'm like, oh my bad. I'm sorry. I know you want to hear my sexy voice.
really?
I'm going to take a look at my mic real quick because I don't know if I have the setting on incorrectly. Give me 1 second. All right. Is that better?
So while he's messing with his mic, I'm gonna take you know what?
Oh God. Oh God. Here he goes.
I'm making a sponsor right now.
Oh,
We have a sponsor. Yep. So I posted it the other day, but I got this fantastic bottle, dude. Check this thing out.
I
Right?
like the little charm.
It's an incense bottle. Yeah, dude. So the reason I got it is because it matches the tattoo I have. No, let's see. Yeah, look, it's kind of like right there. Anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah, dude. So the incense goes in upside down, catches all the ash down at the bottom. No mess. Oh, fantastic.
Oh my goodness.
And if you want to get a bottle like that, that is through. They're at the fair, and it's 2 cents worth, and it's SCENTS 2 cents worth.
2 cents worth. All right. And make
They're-
sure you guys are tuned in.
They are the unofficial sponsor of this segment.
Oh boy. I'll tell you what, man.
And then just because I'm crazy, I went crazy with the incense, dude. Look at all. Look at it all.
See, and I'm not a
Look.
huge incense.
Oh my God.
guy. I don't do that so much.
I do all the time. Look, dude, it's
I
a
know.
lot. There's a lot there.
Into it. I get pulled into all the shops because I can't leave you on your own.
No, you can't. I'm like, ooh, shiny object.
It's bad. It's really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my mic?
I don't disagree. I shouldn't be left unsupervised.
I can't leave you unsupervised ever.
I agree.
It's bad. It's so bad. I fear when I leave you alone because it's like, what kind of trouble is he causing this time?
Wait, so is this rum raisin? Is this Danny, my Danny wizard
It's
Danny?
Danny the Wizard.
It's Danny the wizard?
It's Danny the
Oh,
Wizard.
oh my god.
I love Danny. Danny's awesome. I'm actually still working on
Danny
that
super
rap.
super cool. I know. He got a big boy job.
Oh, nice. Hopefully the big boy job doesn't get in the way of his real job.
Well, no, that is his real job, and
Oh,
hopefully it doesn't get in the way of the fair.
that's what I'm talking about. That's his real job. His real job is the fair.
Okay, all right, fair enough, fair enough.
Oh, speaking of plays on words, I watched a really horrible movie the other day, and I really feel bad for this. So it is called All's Fair in Love. It's got Christina Ricci in it, and they do this thing where uh, they have this. There's so many storylines in this thing; it's confusing. But the backstory of it all is that it's about a jock who gets sent to a Renaissance festival to perform as part of his punishment because
What? Why would that be punishment?
because he missed so much class that his English literature teacher uses this to try to teach him a lesson. I mean, it's got Cedric the Entertainer in it. That should tell you something.
I could only hope that I get in trouble and they go, okay, you have to spend the summer at the Ren Fair. Okay.
I mean, I'm with you. I would be like, dude, that's awesome.
Sorry, Danny, big boy fixed a pipe today. Danny, you are a big boy, my friend.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my audio. Normally we don't have
Oh,
these
he's killing
problems
me.
because Keith is usually here in studio with me. But you know, something happened. The weather. It's garbage.
Yeah, I didn't want to die,
I don't want you to die either, because then I'm stuck like walking around with Danny.
which would be okay, but Danny's a social butterfly.
I scared the crap out of Danny when we were doing the grape stomp.
Oh, I can imagine.
So I stood in for our buddy Flynn, um, which we were, you know, he had some family visiting, so they asked me, they're like, dude, you've got nothing scheduled for noon. Do you mind covering? I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. Had no idea what I was getting into. So Danny was there, and he was like, yeah, we got to hold this for the people to get inside of. And afterwards, they didn't tell me that I was going to have to carry these damn things like 50 yards to get them off stage. So we had these big bags of crushed freaking grapes, and I was not about to make 5 trips just to carry these things off stage. So I slung 2 of these things on my shoulders. I had a customer help me put the other one on my left because it was slipping. And Danny was like a little bit in front of me, and I was kind of doing an airborne shuffle to catch up to him. And he turns around, and I'm coming through that little exit there, and he's like, holy crap, you did 2 of them. And I'm like, yep, don't want to keep on doing this, man. I don't want to keep doing this. And he was like, well, all of us work out, dude. I'm like, I don't work out. I'm just stubborn and stupid. Oh, my.
Yeah,
It did, but you know what made it? Danny says that it sucked. It did suck, but the cool part was we were sitting there cheering on the contestants, and we were just going, man, and we were having a good time. Yeah, 40 pounds each, man.
Yeah, the grape stomp. I helped out with the grape stomp one year, and it was not really a high point in my day. I can't say it was great, but
I can honestly
I
say
did it.
it
I
just
did it because
happened.
well, I did it because Saint Ingrid asked me to help, and of course I can't say no.
Well, no, she feeds you.
She keeps me alive. Okay, let's not understate things.
Okay, okay, okay. I get that.
You were there.
Oh, I was there. I've been there. It's fun. But I think that we don't even talk about, like, we haven't even touched all the additional tasks that are involved with working at the festival, and I think that it does merit a little bit of a conversation, because some of the special events that happen, as a cast member, you are the people that are going to be there helping out.
Yes.
The Grape
Yeah.
Stomp is
Not
one.
not not too many cast members get roped in. They generally have um, volunteers that come in for the day, but if they don't have enough volunteers, cast members got to fill that gap. So
Which I'm not opposed to. I don't mind helping people out, and I mean, I'm usually the guy that's like, hey, let's go, and we're gonna get this done. But I'm also the guy that's like, we're gonna get this done quickly because I don't want to sit here and keep doing this over and over and over again.
right.
Uh oh. It's a sin to say no to Saint Ingrid.
What'd you do?
No, that's what it says there. It says
It is. See,
it's not what I did. I mean, I absolutely love Ingrid and her entire clan.
I'm not joking.
They are you were spot on, man. I mean, you were spot on. These are really decent
So I
people.
don't
They're
I
really
don't know.
wonderful people.
You remember the story of when our friend Salzano? Oh, they're fantastic.
What would you say
Like I
about them?
said, when I was new, um, when I was new, they're ones that really brought me in and kind of sat me down and made me feel super welcome. So
Right.
um, it was great because I was eating lunch by myself and I didn't really know kind of where I fit in, and she basically told me to sit down, and I said okay.
Hey, that's very familiar.
Yeah, I know, right? Wonder where I got it from.
No, that
But yeah,
that
no, her
in the
and
heat, in the heat. Danny, you're absolutely right, man. I don't like to continue suffering, and when it comes to physical tasks, yeah, I'm a short dude. I'm only 5'5", uh, and I'm kind of up there in age. But when it comes to getting crap done, I don't want to keep on lugging things about. I just want to get it to where it needs to be at. I'm gonna suffer. My back bothered me all night long, but it sucked.
well, that's probably because you were camping and drank some mead.
That's my normal go-to every night. I mean, what do you think's in the cup?
Yeah, and that would be the Dracar Meadery.
Yes, yes, my favorite place. But unofficially, the Rascals may have their own flavor being concocted.
Really?
Yes.
Do tell.
So our friend Winchester, the master at the gates, he brews his own mead and has offered his services to create a
Oh yes, yes, yes.
Renaissance Rascal flavor. But what kind of flavor is that?
Ooh,
I think we leave it up to the audience.
Oh, that could be interesting.
It's gonna be papaya flavored or some shit like that.
That could be interesting. Yeah, there's gonna. I don't know if that's a really good idea, but
What's the worst that could happen?
you know, really,
Oh,
have you not
yet
like
another person that makes mead. Does everybody make mead except for me?
who else makes mead?
Danny
Oh,
says he
of
makes
course,
mead.
of course, Danny makes mead.
Well, you know what? I'll tell
Of
you what.
course he does.
I'll trade you a hand a handmade leather craft glue flavor. No, that's not that's no that's not acceptable, sir. I will trade you for a bottle of your mead, one handcrafted scroll bag.
Ooh,
Well, and that's something that I picked up,
now there's something.
kind of off sides, if you will. I picked up leather crafting because of joining the festival and having a certain concept in my head that I can't find anything that looks the way that it is in my head. So I picked up leather crafting
Yeah,
because it makes it easier. I mean, dude, I made that freaking tankard that I have, my wine gourd that everybody's like, "Whoa, that's cool."
it is super cool.
Mead is potions, dude. Do it now. That's awesome. That's a McDeal. I do
That's a big
appreciate
deal.
you for
I
tuning in.
figured because Danny does need a scroll thing for
He
his
does.
his long lineage of
Yes, that was actually part of the
Finnegan's.
deal as well. Is that the first scroll that he puts inside of there has to be his family lineage. I wouldn't even really call it a tree because it's just horizontal. It has
Yes,
all the moms and then all the siblings.
yes,
I don't.
and there's a lot of them.
Yes, but he's actually got a really cool backstory too. I really love talking to fellow cast members on their characters' backgrounds and how they came about them.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I know he's on the chat, and so I'm gonna spill some beans about him.
Ooh,
But he started out as a gate person
really?
and moved into full blown cast role. Yeah.
That's interesting. You didn't start that way though.
No, I started out right on cast, which I don't know how that happened.
John.
Yes, yeah, I think my friend John Hockley spoke some kind words about me because after my audition, I wasn't quite sure I was going to get a phone call.
That is not a story for the air, dude.
No, it's not, but suffice to say, um, I didn't think I did well in my audition, and so I was like, wow, I probably didn't get it, which I was still going to go to the fair and still going to have a good time. And then miraculously, I got a call from the uh, casting director, and I died because I was not even quite ready because I thought I didn't get it. And also, he's like, "Yeah, you got it." Oh crap! Now I got to get ready.
Well, and I very similarly after my audition, I felt good about the audition, but I didn't know whether or not I was because of my everyday job. and not being able to go most of the Saturdays, I didn't know if I was
Yeah.
actually going to be invited to be part of the cast. And so what ended up happening was I was like, dude, well, screw it. I'm going to order this stuff if I get to, if I can get to go. I'm still going to order this stuff. So I was going to do the costume no matter what. I was going to do the outfit no matter what. But it was just awesome that I got the invite, and the conversation was really cool because it was like, hey, look, I know you were hoping for another job, but how did that go? And I said, well, unfortunately, I got passed up for that. And he goes, so because of your status that you won't be able to be there for 80% of the weekends, how would you feel about being a volunteer? And I had already made up my mind leaving the audition because that was part of it was that conversation, and I made it up in my head. I was like, I'm gonna do
Yeah.
this. I don't care if I get paid or not. I'm gonna do this because this is what I want to do.
Oh, absolutely. So let me stop you right there, Danny. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
We
because
would love to. We would love to have you on and about your thing for sure, dude.
yeah, we've already talked with Winchester, and his lovely wife. They're talking about
Hmm.
joining the cast next year as well. Um, but I would love for them to be able to have a person that has made the transition from gate to cast to be able to talk about some of the things that were difficult on their journey on the journey from one position to the other.
Yeah, I don't. I don't really foresee them having issues. Much like um, and this is something we could get into, obviously, with Danny in a future episode. But um, the it all, I think, boils down to your attitude and how extroverted you are. Are you a people person? Are you willing to talk to complete strangers for 10 hours a day? That's that is the crux of our job. So if
Yes.
you're not willing to just walk up to random strangers and start conversations, then yeah, cast probably isn't for you. The gate may be a better spot, or something else within the realm there. But yeah, I don't foresee the Winchesters having an issue. We had, I know you and I and John, and we had fantastic interactions at the gate with them.
Oh
So
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I love those people because, as we stated, the folks at CRF at Colorado Ren Fair, those guys, those men and women that are out there um, at the front gates, they are the handshake to the festival.
yeah,
They welcome. They're the open arm that is extended out to our customer base that says, "Welcome. Forget about your worries. This is where you belong." Most of us.
oh for sure, because they are, that's the barrier from the 2000s to the 1500s.
Yes.
So if they're if lack of a better word, lackadaisical, in what they're doing, it doesn't make that transition seem real.
No.
If there's like tickets,
Then it's a theme
tickets,
park.
yeah, then it's like, oh, okay, whatever. But with the Winchesters I mean, everybody down there this past year was fantastic.
My man just said we're a slow burn. I would argue that
Who's a slow
Keith and
burn?
I are actually a powder keg waiting to explode.
Yes, I think Bachman Turner Overdrive said it best when they said, "You ain't seen nothing yet."
Yes, baby, you ain't seen nothing yet. Although, speaking of not seeing anything yet, um, some of the things that we've got coming up in the future on episodes, where we've already alluded to our improv. We've talked about clowning. There's more to come as we think about it. We've also trying to secure a interview with some of the higher echelons of Colorado Renaissance Festival to talk about things that are coming.
Yes.
Not just the acts, but we're also talking about improvements to facilities, possibly um, parking situations and whatnot. You know, the things that are important to both cast and patrons.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I mean, like I always say, and I think this is the reason why we like to do the best job we can is people are spending their money to come in and see us and to be entertained.
Yes.
And if I don't live up to my own expectation of entertaining as many people as we possibly can throughout the day, I don't feel like I did a good job. You know, and so that's why even though we trudge, you know, we still talk to a lot of people, you know, and it's partly because we walk slow, you know, and we can focus on different things. I'm not trying to, you know, burn a trail through the fair. You know, we'll
There
get
are
there when we get there.
times. There are
But
times when we
absolutely,
have to, but for the most
yes,
part,
yes.
I would say on
But
average, we probably talk to 30 to 50 people before noon.
oh, I mean, if not more, but yeah, yeah, easily. You know, and that's not even counting, you know, the parapet shift that we have
Oh
and
yes,
all the people that we get to entertain as they're coming in the gates.
right.
Those are some of our best interactions
Oh
because
yeah,
they're kind of a captive audience. They can't go anywhere until they get their
you gotta go
ticket.
in.
You know, so you gotta go in now. And then if they're lucky, I run to the other side and I still entertain them after they go in the gate and they're like, "What's wrong with this guy?"
Or if they're really good, they stop us in our places, like Dave from accounting.
Dave from accounting was fantastic. I if anyone knows, if anyone out there watching this knows that group, please, we are waiting for Dave from accounting to come back next year.
Which,
That was probably the one that shut me down. Man, I had nothing. That was great.
so you brought something up. I do have a piece that I am trying to spearhead, if you will. I'm trying to organize something. If you are listening, and I don't care if it's you or if it's somebody that you know, but anybody that dressed up like a samurai or a visitor from the East, if you are one of those wonderful people, or you know somebody that is one of those people, please tell them to get in contact with me. I've got a brilliant idea that is just going to be so much fun. I may have talked to you about it
Yeah,
during last year, but the idea is just kind of slowly spawning and growing of its own accord because, well, Keith is a bad influence.
well, I agree.
You agree that you're a bad influence?
Yes, I was going to say no, I'm not, but then I'd be a liar, and so I
Yes.
thought, well, it's best to tell the truth.
But it's one of those things where you guys will be able to see us when you come back to CRF, or if you go down to Santa Fe. Down in Santa Fe, Keith and I are actually separate. We run around different, apart from each other, but we do try to organize the gate sing where to see you guys out as customers. Um, we do want to say goodbye and thank
Yeah,
you.
Santa Fe was a little bit different, but we still crossed paths on occasion throughout the day, so that was always good.
Oh yeah. Well, and then there was the fact that no matter what, I'm stuck with the dude because he rode down there with me,
Right,
and it's gonna happen again next year.
and it's gonna happen again.
But
I
I'll tell
just
you what,
show up,
guys.
put my stuff in the truck, and off we
Right.
go.
We are at an hour now. So I don't know what your timeline looks like, my
Already.
friend.
Hey, I'm good.
Okay, cool. He says Keith is a terrible influence. I definitely don't take any of his advice. Well, see, that is where I'm going to argue with you. You actually have to take advice from the terrible influences because how the hell else are you going to live?
Right? I lead you to the dark side, but we have fun doing it.
And there's cookies,
And there's cookies.
or in my case, your beer.
Yes. Yes. No, no, definitely. We got some really cool things planned coming up here in 2024. Um, it's this last half of 2023 has been kind of a whirlwind.
Oh yeah.
Just going to fair and meeting this dude, getting the ball rolling, and just a lot of our crazy ideas that we planted seeds for, and now we're really we're watering the seeds, and so this upcoming year is going to be a thing of where you guys will be witnessing the full onslaught of the Renaissance Rascals, and it's super cool for me, um, to have a partner that, like I said before, shares the same vision. We just want to entertain people and make an impact in their lives,
That's right.
and when they leave the gate, they go, "What is wrong with those dudes?"
It's not
That's
even. It's not even like, dude, I want to be like those guys. It's absolutely. What's wrong with those two?
yeah, and I think it's super cool because a lot of the stuff we have planned, we use the word planned very, very loosely.
Yes.
We have an idea of what we want to do, so we have a beginning, but we really have no middle or end. It's just a here's where we're going to start, and whatever happens, happens, and that for us is the best organic interactions we can have.
Well,
Um,
it,
so
so
it's
it comes out
you got to see it
naturally.
live. It's better live.
Yeah, it comes out naturally. We aren't afraid to let something just kind of grow on its own. Um, it is it's always an exercise of the and then this
Oh,
happened.
for yes,
That's the way that Keith and I actually operate. Is dude, I'm not in control of anything. Aren't you? You were the one that started this. No, I wasn't. You were.
yes, we very much adhere to the principles of and then and yes and.
Yes.
So
Yes, because
look,
that's what really matters. Is
yeah, of course.
I don't ever want anybody to think like, oh, they did this before.
Yeah, no, no.
So when you're not
It
scripted,
may
they can't say that you did it before
things
because they
may
can't
seem
remember.
similar. No, Danny, we're not full frontal rascals. That's not going to happen. Maybe. Who knows?
Unless we don't get asked back, in which case it'll be full frontal Keith in a mankini that's made out of chainmail.
Yes, I will come in the chainmail mankini.
Brought to you by Sky.
It's Tarvel's Trinkets,
Tarvel's Trinkets.
makers of maker of the fine
Man,
scale mail mankini.
we have another sponsor.
We have another sponsor. This segment brought to you by the mankini.
But we do this in jest because we really only have one sponsor, unofficially, of course,
Unofficially,
and that is the Queen's Pantry.
makers of the decadent Scotch egg.
Yes, yes, the decadent Scotch egg.
Actually, you know what? All of our sponsors are unofficial because most of them don't even know they're sponsors.
uh, well, Tarvel's Trinkets knows that we were a sponsor. Dracar Metering knew after the fact that they were a sponsor.
Yeah, yeah. The incense people just found out they were sponsors.
Did they send you something?
No, no, I bought that.
No, I'm saying, did they send you a message?
No, no, not at all.
Okay, yeah, because I actually got a message from the Drakkar guys.
Oh, did you? Yeah. So please let 2 cents worth know that they're unofficial sponsors of the Renaissance Rascals.
Yes.
Yay.
Yes. That is awesome.
Oh man. Well, I think you know what? We're here at what, an hour and 10 minutes?
Hour and 16 is where we're sitting right now, and it has been a blast. I do appreciate everybody for tuning in. And if you didn't tune in, shame on you.
Absolutely. Yes. Well, they can catch a rerun in syndication, so we're fine.
Oh, well, then they have to pay the premiums for Renaissance Rascals streaming service.
Oh, of course.
That's the goal, man. We do appreciate
It's
you
another it's
guys.
another factor for us.
We do appreciate you guys. Share us. Make sure that everybody out there knows about us because this is what we do. We will teach you about what little we know and share with you some of our more educated friends that know more about the subjects. And on top of that, we also will tell you the secrets of the Scotch egg coming up soon.
Oh, yes, we will.
Well, again, thank you for tuning in. I'm Rob.
I'm Keith.